Help! Help! Nice one, guys. Good morning, guys. My name is Varanashi. I am an aquatic safety educator and also director of Surf Lifesaving India. Today we are facing a lot of floods due to the heavy cyclones that's bombarding our coast. Every year we are seeing more and more floods happening. So it's important that we teach our youngsters and ourselves the aquatic safety education, water rescue and the flood rescue, and also the beach rescues. For this, Rashtriya Lifesaving Society and Varanashi Research Development Research Foundation has come together to do a lot of training missions, training programs for the youth. But before we train, we need to make sure ourselves we know that we have the knowledge. That's why we tie up with a lot of international bodies such as International Lifesaving Society, and also we train athletes for life-saving sports. Now, life-saving sports is heading into the Olympics. It's all about simulating life-saving situations and timing it. So with us we have Trishul Gowda, say hello.
Hi.
Who's an international life-saving athlete, and also we have Gavin MU from Mangalore.
Hi.
And he's also an international athlete in life-saving sports. So both of them have won over 20 gold medals in the nationals and participated in the World Championship that was held in Adelaide in 2018, World Life-Saving Championship. And Javin has participated in both pool and beach events. It may be run, swim, run, and Trishul as well. Run, swim, run, the super lifesaver events, the paddle rescue, against the currents, against all the odds and waves. They go in and they try to rescue people with the systematic safety and procedures. So today here we are at Saravu. There has been flooding since the last few days because of the heavy rains. So with all safety, we have our athletes come here and try out some rescue sequence. So it's the flood situations over here. We have the currents going on. There is a water level rising, as you can see over here. And then also we have submerged logs. There is submerged underwater currents and all these things. So we have to keep everything in mind, and with all safety precautions, we have to try some rescues, real life scenarios. It's very important. And again, safety is the most important part here. So we're going to keep an eye on the rise in water level, submerged logs moving through. We have the paddle boats to stay on top of the water, and life jackets and rescue devices. So I'm going to get Javin and Trishul to explain you some of the stuff that we need to keep in mind before we attempt these kind of rescue for our own safety and for the safety of the person who's been rescued. So have a look. Hi Javin, can you explain us about the water level over here, what's happening?
Yeah, I mean from last night and from the past few days it's been raining very heavily, and as you can see it's flooding all around. And when we arrived here it was raining very heavily, so we made sure we put a stick where there was land. So this place you're looking at, this was actually land, there was no water over here. Okay, so Coach Pata put the stick here to to make us realize that the water level can rise quickly. You know, there can be sudden floods coming from that side, anything. Well, when you're in the water you will not understand how the water level rises, you will not realize it. So this plays a very important role in how we manage things, how we can see.
Yeah, excellent, nice one. Okay, so the water level has risen from there to there now, so it's about 4 feet higher than before. I mean 4 feet longer, not directly higher, about half a feet higher. Yeah. That much higher. Okay, about a feet. All right, so now we have our international life-saving athlete, 10 times gold medalist in the national life-saving championship, Trishul Gaura, explaining you in Canada what are the dangers that we can see in a river and what are the things we need to be careful about. So Trishul?
Hi guys, I'm Trishul here. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಈಗ ನೀರಿಗೆ ಇಳಿಯೋ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀರಿನ ಈಗ ರಿವರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿದರೆ, ಈಗ ನನಗೀಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ ಕೂಡ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಂಥದ್ದು ಬಿಯರ್ ಬಾಟ್ಲಿದ್ದು ತುಂಡು. ಸೊ ನೀರಿಗೆ ಇಳಿಯೋ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಕೆಳಗೆ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇಳಿಯೋ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ಪೋಲ್ ಹಿಡಿದು ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡೀಪ್ ಉಂಟು ಹೇಗುಂಟು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ನೋಡದೆ ಇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಒಂದು ಇಂಜುರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಬಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೂಡ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ನೀವು ಇಂಜುರಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಈಗ ಹೆವಿ ಮಳೆ, 2 ದಿನದಿಂದ ಹೆವಿ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಬಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಆಯ್ತಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಕೋಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಕೋಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ನಾವು ಬಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ರಭಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟದಷ್ಟು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿರುವಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ನೀರಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು 4 ಫೀಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನೀರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಮತ್ತಿನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಈಗ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಾವು ಇದೇ ರಿವರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ರಿವರ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಯಿತು, ನಾವು ಮುಳುಗಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಚಾವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಇವರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ಹೆದರಬಾರ್ದು, ಪ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದೇ ಇವರ ಜೊತೆ ಅದರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಕರು ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರಿನ ರಭಸ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆಗ ನಾವು ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೇ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೆದರದೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಡಿದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬಡ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ಆರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಪ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಆದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಾವು ಮುಳುಗುವಂಥ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಎಂತಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಅಂದರೆ ರಿವರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ನೀರನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಳೆ ಬರುವ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀರಿಗೆ ಇಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಇಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಹೆವಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಹೆವಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಉಂಟು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೀದಾ ಎಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಹೆದರೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬದಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಬೇಕು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ತ್ರಿಶೂಲ್. ಹಾಗೆ ನೀರಿನ ರಭಸ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
ಈಗ ನೀರಿನ ಆ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಿಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಹೆವಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಉಂಟು, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎಳೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೇನಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ರಭಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರು ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ನೀರು ಮಿಡ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆವಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎಳೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಫುಲ್ ನೀರು ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಲು ನಿಲ್ಲುವಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆದ ಕಾರಣ
Thank you, Trishul. Okay, so Trishul was explaining you how the movement of water is. So if there is a curvature in the river, so the fastest movement of the water will be at the farthest end, and as you come to the closer to the apex, which is the inward of the curve, the water movement will be slow. Sometimes even the water will be flowing inwards in the opposite direction. So not to panic is the most important aspect here. Focus on breathing, keeping the head out of the water and flowing with the river instead of against the current. So flowing with the current and moving to the side, keeping a calm mind is very, very important for both the rescuer and the person who's being rescued. So more and more simulations we'll be more adapted, and we have more chances of surviving this flood situations. So inside there might be submerged currents, submerged rocks, submerged logs. So we need to deal with all that. We've got to keep ourselves as on top of the water as possible. It's very important. Keeping the body streamlined and horizontal is very important as well. Yeah, and also the underwater currents could be there. So just managing everything is very important. So in terms of safety, we have 2 paddle boards here today, and both are tethered to the thread, and we have life jackets going on all the time, and also we have a bag which holds air, which means it's also a flotation device. So safety is very important here as well. So we're going to attempt going in slowly, but in an area where there is less current, always tethered to the board and with the life jacket on, and let's see how we go. Okay, I'm all set. Now we are telling this, we're all set. Now we are all level 3 certified surf rescue people or aquatic rescue trainers. So we do not recommend anyone try this. Okay, this is only for safety training, and we urge you not to try by yourself. It's very, very dangerous, and we're very careful. I've got my safety gear on. I've got the boat tethered by a line onto a proper anchor, and I have 2 lifesavers watching out for me. So yeah, I've got the life jacket on, and I'm going to attempt to go a bit and see how the flood feels. Alright, the current's pretty heavy, but I'm making a slow progress. I'm moving inch by inch. So I'm right in the middle right now. So if I stop paddling, I move back very fast. Now I'm not making any progress, I'm just stuck. So if I keep going like this, I'm gonna get tired. So the best way to get to the shore is change my direction and then go along with the flow, like that. So I'm making good progress onto the side, and then now I have come back to the shore. So so the lesson we learned over here is, instead of going straight head on, we need to change the angle and use the current. There's a fin underneath. Use the current to change our direction and come to the side. If I keep battling the current, I'm eventually going to be tiring myself out, and then you know what follows then after that. So yeah, it's a lesson learned over here. Alright, so this time around I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try going with the flow, and then I'm going to observe the movement of the current, and I'm going to maneuver the paddleboard to a place where there is less force of the water. So I've identified one just down the stream, so I'm going to go with the flow and then slowly change the direction along with the current to push myself into a safer zone. Now for safety, I have tether, I have my life jacket, and there are 2 exit points and 2 international lifesavers for my support. There we go. Paddle upstream a little bit. I'm in the middle now. Take a turn. Change direction. really need to paddle hard now. Whoa. I think I'll manage myself. Oh. Wow. Okay. That was a hard charging paddling, but I managed to get myself into this safe spot where the current is low because of the shape of the terrain and shape of how the river is flowing. So, lesson learned, not to panic, not to lose balance, observe the movement of the water, find a spot and maneuver to that spot. Alright, safe and steady. Go.
Join the danger place. Don't rescue.
Javin ba.
Hey, look here, look here, look here. I will throw the rope. Hold, 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 hold. Hold, hold, hold. Yeah.
GoPro, take a photo.